Hello and welcome to the Baer Workshop. My name is Baer. I'm here to build a model kit and hang out with all of you. I'm throwing the Bear Cave, the Lego, the Scythe emote, and the Tier 2 Blue emote. If you are currently a subscriber, you can reply with those emotes. If you're not currently a subscriber, you can say hi or use other people's emotes, or you could be a lurker and you could say nothing at all, and that would also be okay. I hope you're all doing well out there on the internet. I'm doing all right. Lashbrook is here. Hello, Lashbrook. Happy to have you here. Um, Happy to do some model kit building and hang out. Streams have been kind of quiet on the viewership end lately. I'm hoping that changes. I'm hoping people are interested in this very cool kit, the Raider, of which we completed. Look at that. I got right here the shoulders. And once we get to the overhead, I will show you the gimmick that I did not understand as I was building this on Thursday, trying to get some of it done. But I understand now the gun gimmick that is in these shoulders, and I can show that off, which I'm happy about. Because I was like, there's got to be a way to make this work. And I was like, oh, there is. So that's fun. We're going to work on the arms tonight. Going to talk about some anime that I've been watching. Talk about VTuber nonsense. My new phone. I did read and did in fact do my homework properly. And I read that piece about the Red Alert 3 meme, which was fun. And so we can chat about that. I'm going to go over here and check the old users in chat. We got a few people in chat here. I'd love to hear from you. Say some words in the chat. That would be great. Not a big crew of folks tonight, but hopefully you'll have a good time. I'll have a good time. This time next week, I will be in New York, and I will hopefully by this time next week exactly, I will have already done some kind of stream. Again, I won't know if I can stream out there until I get up there, because I don't know how the internet's going to be at that Airbnb. But I can tell you that I figured out that I can use my headset there. Because there was only what I thought the laptop that I will be using only had a headphone jack, but it turns out it's one of them headphone slash microphone jacks, and you can set what it is. So you can plug in headphones, or you can plug in a microphone, or if your headset only has one cable and comes with a splitter, take that splitter off, plug the single in, and then set it as a headset, and you can hear stuff and talk. And that's awesome. So I can bring my headset up, which means I don't have to use the onboard microphone, which I did not want to use. And I played around with the settings. That was the thing I did a little bit today, a little bit yesterday, was get my laptop that I'll be using set up and ready to go. I still have to I have to throw some music on there. I want to have I might just have my dance song play, because it's only going to be for 5 or 6 minutes before the stream starts. So I might just loop that, because it's like a minute and something change. So I might just loop that fun party song now that I think about it. But I have that loaded up. Hey, welcome, Dirty. Happy to have you here. We're just in the intro portion of the stream, giving people time to be fashionably late to the stream. But yeah, so I have that set up again next Saturday sometime. What I'd like to do is, my goal would be to do a 5 o'clock Eastern stream, so early evening slash afternoon, mid-afternoon for people. Of course, it would be archived just like everything else. It would be actually the Twitch VOD. I would then just export, download, and then send to YouTube, because I'm not even going to do a local recording. I don't want to worry about that, so I'm just going to take the VOD and download that, and it'll be fine. It'll just have a couple of minutes of music at the beginning. Whereas my normal VODs, I don't start recording until that's over. So yeah, so my guess is 5 p.m. on Saturday I would do a stream if I'm going to do one. I, of course, will let you all know. I will put out a lot of notice about that. And it'll probably be an hour-long stream just to hang out, just have something, so I don't go from next Thursday to next Monday. Reminder, this coming Monday, 2 days from now, regular stream time. The following Monday, which is the 29th, question mark, Pat says there's a question, the 29th, 10 p.m. start time, because I am landing from New York that night at 8 p.m. and I have to get my luggage. And I could theoretically get from the airport to here by 9 o'clock to start. But if anything goes wrong, then I'll be late anyway. So I might as well give myself time to like have a snack, turn on my computer for the first time since, in several days. Make sure things are ready to go. Breathe a little bit. That kind of stuff. So a late start on the 29th. All right, let's see. We got a few friends here tonight. We're up. Our numbers aren't great, but our numbers aren't nothing. So I'll take it. But I'm gonna go and retweet my own tweets, see if we can get a few more friends to join us, and then let's just get like going. Let's like hang out and do some stuff. I think that'll be good. Get over here in this. Okay, and then let's go to the main feed. Okay, so before we get into building, I want to show you the gimmick that I did not understand before. So, I knew that we built a gun in here, and I was like, well, does it pop down? How does that work? And I couldn't understand it. It doesn't pop down, it pops up, because this pops open like that, and then this. Now, this also could be, theoretically, I don't know, there is a transformation of this kit into a ship. So these may be guns like it might go like this on the ship, like that. I don't know. But then also there's this gimmick here that moves it up and like that. And so I don't know how this works, but there are shoulder guns, basically, which is neat. And I didn't understand how that worked before, and then I figured it out now. So both of them work, just to make sure. And then, yeah, I can slide around and do some stuff. So that's fun. I wanted to show that I did understand that, even though I didn't understand that before. So we can put those there. Make sure, yeah, we're about right. Let's work on the right arm. So yeah, I'm getting stuff ready for my trip. Getting things that I need to do. Today I filmed the next Pat Bear's Anime Club, which goes live on the 29th. Normally I record the Saturday before, but next Saturday I will be away. And I did not think that it made any sense for me to record. I could have recorded the next Pat Bear's Anime Club in my Airbnb, but I was like, why would I do that when I can just do it a week early? So I did. I did it a week early, and I'm happy that I did, because it was what I wanted. It worked out, and now that's done, and I don't have to worry about it. And then this coming Monday, I will record 2 episodes of Do You Remembaer, because normally I record Monday nights and then upload them, and then Tuesday they go out to the fine people out there on my Patreon and on my YouTube membership. They get that a day early. But I was like, oh, it doesn't necessarily make sense for me to try to record that like Tuesday when I get back, or like I'm not going to record that Monday when I get back from my flight, like after the stream. I'm like, I don't want to do that. I could, but I don't want to. So I'm going to do that on Monday. This coming Monday, I'll record those. So that way I'm ahead. Also, a thing I have to do early. I got to get E out here. So hold on a second. I got to get E1 out. A thing that I plan on doing in prep for my trip is I'm going to do my Q&A for my patrons this coming week, which I normally do like the last weekend of the month, but I'm out of town last weekend of the month, and I don't want to have to worry about doing it like that Tuesday. So when I get back, so I'm going to do that this week. I have to remember to do that, but I've had it in my head. Okay, so it's one of those things where like I have things that I have to do before I go, and other work and my own streams and all that. But I'm like, okay, at least I know what I need to do, and that's very helpful if I have like an idea of what is expected of me and what I need to get done. It's like, okay, I think that's good, because I don't want to like miss out on anything. I mean, I have never, in the time that I started doing the Wednesday videos, I have not missed a Wednesday. I have not been late. I have accidentally uploaded it on that Wednesday, But I have not missed a week on doing that in the 3. Is this the third year? The fourth year? Okay. This is the 4th year of doing that project because it was the green screen bit. It was tier maker year. Then there was the last year, which was the half year of doing reaction videos, which I hated and I stopped doing, and then doing just clips and finding clips, which was just like, that was, I mean, honestly, that was the easiest thing. Sometimes I was like, oh, I have to dig a little bit more for a clip that I want to use. But in the long run, that was a lot easier because I didn't have to make content. I just had to edit content. And I'm okay at editing content, turns out. I'm not great at it, but I'm okay at it. So that was good. That was good that year. So I've never missed it. I don't want to start missing it just because I went away for a couple days to do some shit. Let me ask you, chat. Chat, I would love to hear from you on this. I'm going to post this on my Patreon and get some Patreon feedback. And also on my Twitter and get some Twitter feedback. Or maybe I'll post on my Patreon linking to the Twitter poll. I'll do that. Because that way I don't have multiple polls. I just be like, hey, and I'll link it on Discord. I'm going to do a poll next week. Should I move Wednesday streams to Tuesday? Would that be a real bummer for people, or would that open the possibility of more people watching my bonus gaming and other streams if they suddenly were on Tuesday instead of Wednesday? And if you're in chat right now and you have a comment on that, and it'll be like 3 options for the poll, right? It'll be like, you should move to Tuesday, stay on Wednesday, I don't care either way, which is, then I just decide going on that. But I do like the idea of, I'm sure there are people who are just like, whatever. And some of those people is probably because you're like, yeah, I'm not going to watch these streams anyway. And other people might because you're like, I have a vested interest in you being on this particular date. I wonder if Tuesday could work better for that. Like, no matter what, it means that I stream 2 days in a row. But maybe I would prefer to do it on Tuesday instead of Wednesday. Because I don't really have anything on Tuesday. Like, Tuesday, it's not like there's something happening on Tuesday that I'm like, oh, I don't want to stream that day because of blank. Like, I don't have that. So maybe that would be good. Maybe there are some people that have been wanting to watch my streams but can't on a Wednesday and want to watch me do some gaming. This would, again, if I did this, it wouldn't be until September anyway. But I don't know. I've been thinking about it. And then it does occur to me, while I was thinking of this stuff, that, like, I kind of like watching AEW Dynamite on Wednesdays. And I watch the first hour, and then I stream, and then I wait a couple hours and watch the West Coast replay of what I missed. And usually most of, I just watch the first hour again. And I'm like, what if I didn't do that? What if with friends I just watched all of it? I could do that. And it wouldn't really affect anything. It wouldn't affect my, because I'm not moving the days that I model kit build. I'm just moving the day that I do a bonus stream. So it wouldn't affect much of anything. But it might affect viewers. There might be some people that are like, oh no, I enjoy your Wednesday streams and I can't watch them now because of this. Like, that's a possibility that I would be bumming someone out. But I don't know. If you have an opinion on it, AEW is generally why I don't go. There you go, Lashbrook. Yeah, I understand. If there's something you want to watch the second hour and you don't want to hang out with me as I play video games, like, I understand that. If that's something you'd rather be checking out. I don't know. But I appreciate you giving your thoughts, Lashbrook. Like I said, this is me kind of like, I've been thinking about this for the last little while. Again, this is not like something that I'm like, this is what I'm doing. We're changing things up. But, like, also, I haven't really changed anything up in quite some time. And I'm not like, I don't want to feel stuck in my ways. Like, well, this is how I do it. Because it's my streams in my life. Like, you know, the week that I did the Dorf Romantique, like, bonus stuff, like, that was me kind of experimenting with, like, you know, what does it mean to stream in the afternoon? And what does it mean to, like, play a video game? Like, I kind of, like, explored the possibilities of, like, being a primary, you know, like, video game streamer. And, like, what does that mean? And how do I feel about it? Okay, how does this piece work? This part sticks out here. So this part's got to go in. But then where does this go? And how does this go? I will say, this kit looks rad, but occasionally, like, oh, apparently I was supposed to put this on first, but they don't say that. And usually they say, they give you a number order, and they didn't on that piece, and that's weird. But I got it to work. That was strange. Strange they didn't give me the heads up on that one. But yeah, I was supposed to do that first, and then do the other parts. And then it slid right in, and it looks good. But yeah, so I'm just exploring it because, like I said, I don't buy to kind of like, in general, like my Monday streams used to be in the afternoon because I worked Monday nights. And so when I added the Monday stream, I did it in the afternoon because that was the only time I could do it. But as soon as I was unemployed or underemployed or did not have a full-time job, Monday night streams happened, right? And then when I started working at the Brooklyn Comedy Collective, they asked me what nights I wanted, and I said Friday and Sunday. Also because Sunday they did early, so I could still make it back for like pay-per-view stuff. But that was because I streamed on Saturday night, and I wanted to keep streaming on Thursday and Saturday. Now, if they had said, actually, you know, what about Thursday? I would have changed things, and it would have been fine. I wouldn't have said no to work just so that I could, you know, keep my streaming schedule. But I like the fact that I stream on Thursdays. Now, the times that I've streamed on Thursdays has changed. It was in the afternoon. It was for an hour or an hour and a half. It was at, like, earlier in the day because I was still producing a show at 11 o'clock on Thursday for a long time, and I had to travel to that, so it was like 8 p.m. till 9:30 p.m. Eastern. And then when I stopped doing that show, suddenly it made a lot more sense to just to go later because that was better for the Central Coast folks, or central of the country, not Central Coast and the West Coast. I was trying to say that, like, people who are not in the Eastern time zone, it made more sense to just start a little later. I felt like I was helping them out. So, okay, so this is going to go like this into there. Is that right? Yeah. All right. We are done with this arm. Hell yeah. This arm was not, I mean, we're not done, but we're getting close to being done. This arm, not too complicated. Also, turns out it's a lot easier to build a model kit that's mostly black and gray because you don't really do, I'm not doing any panel lining. I mean, I could on the gray a little bit. This is going to get covered up anyway, but I could hit this with some black because maybe it won't be covered up, but I believe it is. But like, yeah, most of this arm, I don't have to touch any color on. So, all right, let's build a hand, which is E and B. Get B out first and then pull E. And we're also going to need B later and more E. So we'll save B here. When I've built some of this kit and it's like there's less parts, it'll be a lot easier for me right now. But right now, this is a lot of sprues. There's just like a lot going on here. Whole lot for this kit. Let's see. All right, so we need that, and we'll need over there. But yeah, we're getting some of this arm done here. Yeah, so like I said, I don't know if I'm like guaranteed 100% definitely going to move my bonus stream time. Right now, no plans to move anything else. I like when I stream model kit building and all that. And I did not enjoy that I missed last Wednesday, this past Wednesday. I have decided that I'm just going to push everything back a week. So last Wednesday was supposed to be Arcade Spirits, or Arcade Paradise, not Arcade Spirits, Arcade Paradise. This week will be Arcade Paradise. And then next week when I get back from New York, I'll do a wrestle show and show you a bunch of cool wrestling shit. watching old wrestling from All Japan and other places. That'll be the following Wednesday, because I will have that, and then the following week, which will be in September, will be September 7th. Will be me playing Pokemon Platinum Randomizer, because I want to do that, and then also there might be a new game to play at some point, which would be nice. But again, we're also announced previously putting any Jackbox streams on the shelf for a while until the new Jackbox comes out, because we did not get enough people to play Jackbox last time, and that was a bummer. We played Power Wash Simulator, and I don't like that. I don't mind having not too many folks watching. Like, I mean, I do mind, but I understand. Well, we don't have a lot of people here, but I would prefer to have a ton of people here all the time. But I also understand that's not always in the cards, so that's fine. All right, we're gonna put that there. We're gonna put this here. Oops. Other things we can talk about here. All right, so I got a new phone. It is an iPhone 11. I originally, my previous phone was an iPhone 7. If you haven't heard my explanation for what's going on with that, basically had this phone for a number of years. The battery was starting to be not that great, and the real thing was all of this heat really negatively affected the battery, and it started to overheat in like the 90-degree weather where with humidity it was like almost 100. And that like totally makes sense. But the problem is that overheating problem didn't go away once the temperatures dropped. It just kept happening, and I can't have that. I especially can't like go out of state. Even if it's a city I know very well, I can't be without a phone when I'm traveling. That's just not going to happen. I'm not going to allow that. So got a new phone. It's a new to me phone. It is an iPhone. Also, I should say this: my 7, Verizon does not want no trade-in value on my 7, which is fine, because even if it was in perfect condition, they wouldn't want it, and that's fine. I'm just keeping it as a backup. The only downside is I bought a new case for that phone like 3 months ago, so it'll have a new case for a while. I haven't upgraded my iPhone in a long time. Shit got really easy, huh? I just went to set up the new phone, and it was like, hey, if you have another phone, you can just put it next to it, and we'll transfer everything. And it like did it through my cell service, and then switched over once it understood the Wi-Fi, and then it just transferred everything. Well, I should say I had to update first, and that took a while. I had to update the phone, which is annoying. But then it transferred everything, and then wiped my old phone. And then I just went in to find my iPhone through the web and took it off. But then I just stored it away. And then I have my iPhone 7 for emergencies. Or if my mom's phone, who also has an iPhone, if her phone starts getting weird, she can use that. This is a thing that I did not know was like a thing that you could just do so easily, and it rules. I just had no idea. So that's awesome. So I got my new phone set up. Camera's great. I have to get used to the fact that it's a little longer than my previous phone. You can see that. Look, hey, look, it's my ring. It's my ring there. It's a little longer than my previous phone. It does not have the thumb, like the fingerprint button anymore. It does face recognition, which I have. I keep face recognition on for like my password stuff, like remembering my passwords, like my face is my passport in that way. But I don't have it for turning the phone on. You have to know the code to turn the phone on. So I have to remind myself that I can't just go like this, hold it down, and then it'll work. And so I have to remember that when I'm taking photos, if I'm doing it while on stream, that I don't want y'all to see. I got that sneakers reference, yes. Thank you, John. Also, hi, I'm John. Happy to have you here. And I'm glad you got the reference. So yeah. All right, so this goes like this. Small one here. That goes like that, and this goes like that. Okay, yeah, great. And then this goes here. Hell yeah, figuring it all out. Yeah, we built a thing, a transition from the arm into the chest, which we have not built yet. Great. We can transition there. Excellent. And those will swing around. This would normally be stuff that you would build in the chest, but instead we build it outside the chest, which is interesting. But sure, whatever. I don't know. We built the whole arm attached to the shoulder we already built. Now we'll do the same thing on the other side. Yeah, getting it set up was good. I have to get used to the fact that it is slightly bigger than my previous phone, which I will most certainly get used to. But then I also have to get used to the fact that it is... whoops. Oh, no. A sprue fell. Hold on. Got it. We'll need H1 for this. Okay. Still need H1. Great. Just getting that out there. I also have to get used to the fact that my phone has a new case. This is they call this oatmeal, and it was commented on by my mother that perhaps this is going to get very dirty. And I'm like, no, Mom. The thing is, because it's speckled like that, you won't see the dirt because it'll just look like part of the design. But I don't love this color for a case, but I wanted to have a case. I needed a case that was not super expensive, but I definitely didn't want something that was super bulky because I have to get used to this phone. And then once I'm used to it, then I can like get it, thicken up the case. But I'm excited about that. Reminds me of cafeteria tray. Ooh, a lunch tray. Yes. Lashbrook, you're not wrong. I might not be able to unsee that, but you're not wrong. Anyway, so I got to get used to that. I got to get used to the bezel stuff here. Like the little cut on it, the little weird bar part, like the black thing there. Oh, this is an Orahack design. That is still my my background here because Orahack does incredible work. Erica rules. But yeah, so I've got my phone all set up. It downloaded all the stuff that was on the previous phone. I didn't have to re-download anything, including my podcast. Literally, it backed up my podcast stuff to the cloud and then grabbed it off the cloud. So I didn't even have to figure out where I was in the various podcasts I listened to. And that was very helpful. I had to re-download them, but it remembered where I left off on them. And that was great, because I would not have remembered. So I was very happy that did that. And yeah, it worked out pretty fucking good. Happy to have the new phone. I mean, I haven't walked around, and tomorrow will be my first day, like, taking it out of the house. Like, it arrived this afternoon, so I haven't like field tested it. I still have my old phone in case something weird happens, and I kept the box and all that, so something goes wrong. I will say this: apparently my old phone sucks. I mean, I knew it was getting slow, but I didn't realize that the screen was like comparatively. The 7 to 11 is a big jump, apparently. For me, anyway. Like, the cameras were better. I knew the cameras were going to be better. The out-facing. I knew that was going to be a big improvement. But I did not realize that every part of my old phone was just real garbo. I mean, it wasn't garbage, but you know what I mean? To say that, like, oh, my phone actually, like, now is responsive and, like, loads things faster, and, like, I'm excited to have, like, Pokemon Go not slow down because it's a little hot out. Like, that sounds great. I'm sure eventually I will start being annoyed with my phone, because why wouldn't I get annoyed with my phone? It's my phone. Eventually I will get frustrated with it, but right now I'm fucking loving this shit. And again, it's FeaturePat's problem that I have to pay the like one-time processing fee and the bigger bill and a tax and all that. I like have to do that, but that's FeaturePat's problem. That's middle of September Pat's problem, not right now, which is great. We love that here. All right, I need H again. I need, all right, H2, 1. All right, so we'll get that. Just make sure, do I need H anymore? No, I just need H2, 1. I still need E, so I'll keep E out. These are all E1s. And I need C2. I need D1. I need a bunch of stuff to get this to work here. So there. I need D1. Or D, right? No, it's just D. I just need D. But I need a D I haven't used yet. So that's... So I need D1. And then... Oh, that's the only D on there. D1 that I have not used. So it's this one. Put that there. I need E1, but I also need E2. And... No, I don't need... Yes. And I need... C2. Great. Got everything that I need there. Okay. So new phone. Excited about this. Having all my contacts in it, have everything work. I had to update a couple things. I don't have any legacy stuff that like when I got, when I started upgrading that suddenly didn't work, which is excellent. Oh, I need H2 first. Yeah. I do need H2. That's the one thing I forgot, everybody. I was supposed to get H2 out, and I didn't. So let me just real quick pull out that. Embarrassing. But yeah, I think that's about it. I'm excited to have a new phone while I travel, and have it be speedy and work pretty well. That's about it. Let's see. I still need to get one thing I haven't done everything on the new phone yet. I need to locally download some music on YouTube Music because that is the service that I have. Because I used to have Google Music, but Google Music isn't a thing anymore. Now I just have YouTube Music, but I need to download it. Generally, what I end up doing is I get a couple comedy albums I haven't listened to in a while, or ones that I haven't listened to at all. So I'll get a few comics that I like, have their albums ready, and then just a couple if I'm not feeling up for watching videos on my laptop on the plane, and I just want to have something going. I might not necessarily want it to be a podcast. I just want it to be music. I usually have a few playlists for that, or because I'll be walking a lot more, I might run out of the podcasts I normally listen to. I might not have that. I need H2. That's right. I might not have the podcast that I normally like. So this is to have some music just to have it ready to go. I don't need to explain myself to you. I want to have some music on my phone, so I can listen to music on my phone. You get it. All right, I gotta put this on here. Remember, I gotta do this first because if I do it second, it won't work. It should have that. It should number it, but it doesn't number it. It's weird. That's a weird choice. Other things we can talk about. Hey, so I read that. If you haven't checked it out, people were telling me that I should read this on Thursday stream. I read the Tim Curry meme thing. I'm going to last place. Capitalism has touched space. Meme that is from Red Alert 3. It is a it is presented as an oral history, but there is a lot of extra bullshit. It is presented as an oral history so that someone can just interview a bunch of people that know memes and know stuff, some people that work there, but other people that are involved in the space industry, and people that are astronauts were asked about it. And it's fascinating. It's very interesting to learn how few people involved with the creation of Red Alert 3 were aware of the memes associated with said thing. And that's very funny. I love that there are just people being yeah, apparently my wife knew about it and didn't tell me. That's awesome. I think that's incredible. I love that for I love that there are not terminally online people out there still that could like not know that they were a part of something, like because they wrote the lines that he says, or they were one of the camera people, or they were one of the designers of the game, or they worked at EA at the time, and they like had no idea that it is some kind of weird thing that exists. And then people who are like knew about it because of their other lines of work. Like, it's a well done piece in that it is not really an oral history, as I said, but it is a fascinating look at that. So I'd recommend it if you have not. The story of the person whose wife knew, and when, yes, because she's involved in social media stuff for her job, and when it asked like, why didn't you tell me, she just shrugged. He's like, whatever. What am I going to do? Hey, check this out. I also did appreciate the person who was like, I guess the algorithms decided I don't want to look at stuff that I've made. And I'm like, that might be true. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's an interesting thought. That is like an interesting thing to think about. Like, oh yeah, does the algorithm care that you've made stuff? Does it want you to know that people are watching the thing you've made, or does it just want to show you things you don't know about? I don't know. Or it thinks you want to know about. I don't know. That's kind of fascinating. We're not going to really ever get to explore that, but it's kind of fascinating. So let's make sure this is all working. Yeah, this is all working. Good. All right, looks good. And then we're going to work on the hands. We got to build the hands. So we need one piece of B, and we need, so we don't need C2. We do need B. A couple pieces from B, and we need E1 and E2. Great, so do that. But yeah, I found that very fascinating. If you have not read it, it is on Waypoint, or Vice is on Vice. Yeah, that's right, it's on Vice, but which may also be Waypoint. I don't know. You'll find it if you look up on there. You'll get it. But yeah, I thought that was fascinating and a good read, and I appreciate that people recommended that I check it out, because I don't know if I would have, because I don't always go on that website all the time. And Tim Curry just fucking rules. It just sounds good and fun. It does, I will say, it does feel vindicating that he did not know that there was teleprompter. Now, maybe he read through all his lines before, but he didn't memorize them because it was just like two camera, a bunch of chunks of it, right? And I do find that very fun and good that he was like, because it does very much feel like he was like, the one place you can't find me, space, that he is like, oh, that's what I'm going to say now? Oh, that's where this character is going? Very fun and good. That was fun. But yeah, it is also very funny to find out that some people involved were trying to tone down the campy nature of the project, which just feels like a fool's errand. And also, they seem to have failed, because I don't know how you could get that to be like, I don't know what you were trying to do exactly, but you fucked that up, because all the cutscenes for Red Alert 3 are 100% ridiculous and good. Don't get me wrong, they're also good. So that's just very funny that anyone at any time was like, oh yeah, we gotta tone this stuff back a bit. No. I love that the role ended up in his list of top 10 roles on Variety. Yes, it's very fun, because it is that thing where it's like, it is a thing that moves the needle. And it gets people interested. I also love the thing of like, we were shocked that we got Tim Curry. Because like, yeah, how the fuck did you get Tim Curry? I don't know, but you did. It's like, shoot your shot, I guess. Worst thing I can do is say no. There maybe are a few worse things, but rarely are there. Most of the time it's just like, hey, we thought that you might be interested in this. No? Okay. But yes, that is a very good piece. And we're checking out. All right, so we got this done. Now we just got to do the connector, and then we'll be done with two arms. We're making some good progress on this kit. It is nice to make progress. Again, this is like not a real grade. Like, It's kind of like the real grade equivalent for a 1/100 scale, where it's not a high grade, but it's not a master grade. But it's got a frame. I don't know. Full Mechanics are weird. Because it's not the RE100 line, because they're still, it's not a replacement for the RE100 line, because they're still going to be making those apparently. But I don't know what the fuck this thing is supposed to be, what Full Mechanics are really supposed to be, other than a way to get kits from Gundam Seed out. That seems to be the only thing, and also not the Full Mechanics that we knew before, which was the non-grade stuff from Iron Blood Orphans. That's a different thing, which were also awesome. Okay, we have to fucking talk about this, folks. We got to cut the shit and we got to get into it. All right, we got to fucking talk about Tony the Tiger, the VTuber. We got to talk about this thing. So it happened last night. I did not watch it live. I regret that I did not watch it live. Why would I think that they wouldn't keep the VOD? That they would immediately delete the... Like, what's the point of doing it if you don't keep the VOD? Or clips. But there are no clips or VODs at Tony the Tiger, whatever, the Tony the Tiger Twitter account, or Twitch account. There are no VODs for this event. There is nothing. There's a VTuber that recorded some of it and then talks about it, and then there's like one other thing I could find that was like a small clip that was also in the VTubers thing, and that's all I can find of it. The goddamn cowards scrubbed it, so I should have watched it live and didn't. And here's the thing: was it a train wreck? Not really, because that would be interesting. It's mostly just like, it's very clear that like it was in some ways a proof of concept from Twitch that they can do this thing. Because it was from Twitch. I should explain, right? So we knew that in partnership with Twitch, Tony the Tiger VTuber, his gaming rig is powered by milk or water cooled. It's milk cooled. And Tony the Tiger is going to do this stream. And that's all we knew. We didn't know anything else. Later, there'd be a press release that would say, from Twitch, it said, it's a Twitch initiative. This is their thing. Together with Catalog's Frosted Flakes, we're producing a made-for-the-Twitch community live experience that introduces a beloved character to well-known Twitch streamers, fosters a healthy dose of competition, and encourages viewers to interact with Tony the Tiger in real time in chat. That last part is bullshit because they did not interact with chat. Tony the Tiger, the VTuber, and a wide swath of four humans. They weren't even VTubers; they were just humans who were there. Is it Mr. Cheese? I forget. There's a guy that's kind of well known that I at least know of. A few people. There were a few people involved in this shenanigans. And you're like, well, Pat, what was it? Well, Tony shows up, kind of talks to the crowd, talks at the crowd, I should say, calls them Pog Champs, because of course. And then introduces some people, talks to them, says like, hey, what should I do? And they're like, and literally one of them says, interact with the chat, because they love that. That doesn't happen. It's very vague. This is at the point where some people start thinking, is this a real VTuber? Is this all pre-rendered? Is this live? And then it's okay, because they keep talking about competition. And then they get into it. What does the competition mean? Four streamers are going to play Fall Guys. Tony the Tiger is not going to play Fall Guys. Tony the Tiger is just there to facilitate. And you're like, okay, well then Tony does like commentary and like interviews and like hangs out. No, Tony goes away when it's time to play Fall Guys. And then just streamers play Fall Guys and talk to each other. And that's the stream. Now, does Tony come back? I actually don't know. I don't know if Tony comes back by the end. I don't think Tony does. I have been waiting to get confirmation on that. I'm wanting to find, like, somebody must have recorded it. I'm trying to track that down. I want to I want to know. I want to scrub through the whole thing and find out if Tony comes back to announce the winner. But I don't know. Also, they aren't great at Fall Guys, but that's okay. They don't have to be good at Fall Guys. It's not important for this thing. I have not mentioned the part that is the reason I assume that there is not a VOD, and that is chat. Now, did everyone understand what was going to happen if you had Tony the Tiger show up as a VTuber? Everyone understood this, why this was a bad idea in the first place. Beyond the fact that, like, it just doesn't make any sense to do, and why you're doing this, who the fuck cares? Beyond that, specifically about Tony the Tiger, is that certain people on Twitter like Tony the Tiger. And those people are furries. And that's fucking fine. You can like Tony the Tiger. You can tweet weird things to Tony the Tiger. I don't give a shit. You do you. You do you. You be you and you do you. But everybody who has any understanding of how the internet works knew that furries are on Twitch. Furries are going to show up for this fucking thing. And they're going to ask Tony the Tiger to come on their Frosted Flakes. And then they're going to get banned. There are a lot of words that you couldn't say, like daddy. You could not call Tony the Tiger daddy. You could say D to the number 4, DD space Y, which some people did. They figured that out because, of course, they did. A thing you could also do would be to use emotes, because they constantly were turning on emote-only chat. Guess what? There are furry emotes. There are Tony the Tiger emotes that are not related to that stream that people were just like, gonna fucking do. Because of course they were. Trans rights was on the ban list, and that sucks, and I don't have anything fun to say about that, because there's nothing fun or funny about that. That just fucking sucks. That on a stream where the notification that came up before you chat is, this is, hey, keep this clean, please, which, haha, but also, this is for everyone, which felt welcoming and inclusive, won't let you say trans rights in chat. And in fact, at least one person got banned for trying to, get rid of the, was just trying to say trans rights any way they could, and got banned, permanently banned. Aristofan says, sounds like it wasn't great. Hi, Aristofan. Thank you for being here. Also, good. Great job. The only thing I saw on that stream was someone getting banned for saying trans rights. Yes, I retweeted that. The other person actually deleted that because it was leaving their sphere, and they just didn't want to deal with it, and which I respect it and appreciate them. Thank you for your service. Thank you for getting banned from the chat in order to tell people, hey, trans rights. Yeah, so do not apologize. Well, then fuck Frosted Flakes. Right, John? Yes, in general. Now, the other thing is, kind of don't fuck Frosted Flakes, because Frosted Flakes didn't come up with the ban list. I don't believe those were mods volunteering or being paid by Frosted Flakes. This is a proof of concept by Twitch that, hey, your brand could have a VTuber, and we'll do all the work, and you don't have to do shit. Because look at this. This is a test, right? Very much feels like a test. So these are people that were brought in, definitely, I do not know this for a fact, so with a grain of salt, but very much feels like this was brought in specifically by Twitch, these people, and they had their ban list, and that's how it showed up like that. Yeah, it's embodiment of Hello Fellow Kids. It is it is a bad choice to start with because there is a known adult theme fan base for a character. Although they did move on because Tony made it very clear that he did not appreciate everybody being creeps and weirdos, which is fine. Um, I mean, it's not fine, but like, sure, whatever, you know, do whatever you gotta do, fucking Tony the Tiger. But anyway, it seems like a very bad idea, and it feels like a thing that shouldn't have happened, and it is embarrassing for everyone involved. Uh, and yeah, I mean that's kind of the long and short of it. All right, so did I do wrong here? Oh, that's got to go down all the way, maybe, and then this will fit in. Okay, down tight as far down as it'll go. Great, and that went in. Okay. And there's some kind of gimmick involved with this. Something moves, but I don't know what moves. It might be this. I don't know. I think this might pop out. I don't know. I'll find out later. But apparently there is a gimmick. As I said, I didn't understand the other gimmick on this one, the shoulder gimmick. So now I get that. So whatever. Let's keep building the chest. I'll panel line this piece just because it might be easier to do it right now. But yeah, it seemed like a big mistake. I'm still looking for more clips of it. I was happy that VTuber put up their commentary of that and their various chat messages and tweets, and they're just dunking on the product and the project. But yeah, this will not be the last one, even though this went terribly. I can't imagine this went well. This won't be the last one. They will try to do this again. Twitch will keep wanting to do this because it would theoretically, make them money. I don't know. Obviously, I don't know how much was paid for it. It was also frustrating because it was a partner account. So without ever streaming, Tony the Tiger was a partner account. Now, I understand that that's a business deal, and this account's going to just live there forever with no videos because they probably won't ever do it again. Maybe they will, but probably not. No idea who the voice actor was for Tony. No idea about that. We'll probably never know who was the rigger or any information about that. I'm sure that they were. I'm sure the people that involved in that part of it signed NDAs and also probably made promises not to stream as Tony, because one would assume that if you had all that shit, you could just start a stream as Tony the Tiger, change it a little bit, and just go. But yeah, I'm sure that's going to live there. At the end of the day, it's bad. Hey, Lord Crashington, welcome. The only company that has done right so far with it has been Crunchyroll, because Hime is a good model for a VTuber, and the person they've hired to be Hime is a VTuber that does other things and knows what they're doing, and has done a very good job with it. But also, everyone involved in that understands the assignment and what they're trying to do. So like that is like an example of like somebody that got it right. And I'm sure people point at that going, we could do that with your brand. Like, what Crunchyroll is doing, we could do that for you. But I hope no one takes them up on it. I'm sure they will. I'm sure someone else will be like, yeah, how'd that go? It went good? Okay, great. We'll do no further investigations about that. An issue I've had with this kit, I've talked about this before, is that it does not appear to do a great job of explaining anything. This kit is pretty bad about that. Like, is this right? This doesn't feel right. This chest piece, it's fit. It says fit. But am I fitting this? This doesn't feel good. Doesn't feel like I'm doing a good job with it. Where does it fit? How does it fit? What's a good fit for this? It just says fit. This looks like, this goes like this, and this is going to go in here, and then you fit. Sorry, push harder. Yeah, I mean, Lord Crashington. Yeah, you only want to press so hard. You know what? I'm also going to, before I even do this in place, I'm going to panel line the side of this because I don't think I'm going to get a marker in there after. So let me just do that right there. Just do these sides here because that'll look cool. So yeah, in a couple minutes, we'll take a pause for the calls to talk about ways you can support the channel and all that stuff. You know, the fun stuff. But I do want to try to get this figured out. I think it goes like that. And like this. It just says fit. But I feel like when I put the other parts in there, like it's gotta go down some. I just don't know how it's supposed to work. None of this feels good, I guess is what I'm saying. Maybe if I pull it back some. Oh, if I do like that, maybe? Okay, actually, I think this is right. Hey, Lord Creston wants me to hit the dance button, and I will in a second. If I do it like that, is that right? I don't want to snap anything. Oh, I don't like this. That does not feel right. Anyway, here's the dance button. Okay. So I think if I pull this back some, I can like slide that in, but then that doesn't slide back right. So if it's above that, but that doesn't feel right either. All right, you know what? That's just like so many pieces to do that part. I know that a part's going to come in here that is going to lock in with the chest. So this piece needs to be like below that, I think. Maybe it was supposed to go like, oh, no, that doesn't seem right either. No, it won't be like this. That's wrong. I know that doesn't feel right. So it's got to go in this way. Oops. It's got to go in this way. That's the only way this feels good. But then, what about this other piece? Because that doesn't feel good. If that goes like that. Sorry, everybody. I'm sorry this is so weird. Oh, maybe like that? It's just very strange. It seems like the DB superhero might be the top movie at the box office this weekend. I could see that. I don't think it has like a lot to compete with, and it's an anime movie that people are interested in, and you know, people like Dragon Ball. People seem to like Dragon Ball Super. I can't get a super great read. I can't get a full great read on that, but it feels like people like Super. So I'm sorry that this is taking forever, friends, but I do have to get this right because otherwise it's not going to work later. It just says fit, but that doesn't mean anything. It's got to go low. This has to like slide over so this can lock in like over it. Is my guess, but it doesn't, and I don't know why, and I don't know what I'm doing wrong, and that's a terrible feeling. I know this isn't right. This does not feel right. It doesn't work at all. I saw it earlier today, and my showing wasn't even full. There you go. I mean, yeah, saw it on a Saturday afternoon. Just the Tiger movie, Beast that is all over the place, which was great for me. I had no one within 6 feet of me in any direction. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to see that movie until I can rent it or buy it. You know, at this point, I've said this enough. I'm not going to the movie theater. Has this got to go low? I just don't want to break this because then it's going to look really shitty. But I'm not doing this right. Like, I know I'm not doing this right. Makes me so mad. I can't figure this part out. Because it just says fit. It just like shows me the piece and points over in this vague area and says fit. And then when you look at it, it's like perfect. It looks like this piece is over this piece. You know, like this isn't even lined up right. There exists a possibility that no, that's not right. Like, yeah, but this doesn't line up correctly. So I'm like, did I do this part wrong? So I'm going to use the part separator. I'm going to separate this bottom part because I'm starting to think maybe this is on wrong, but there's no way this is on wrong. But at the very least, I could separate it and see. And I can make use of my part separator here, which I have not used much. I don't even know how to. There, all right. So I'm going to take this whole thing, the part here, and just like see what's up. This is down the way it should be. Let's just go back on this thing the whole way. Yep, that would be down part. Okay, so that goes in there. This is the part that looks like that. Yep, that looks right. Press all the way down so that this piece went in. Sure. Seemed to be right. Titles will go. Sure. Just have to go forward like that. No, that doesn't seem to line up right. Because I was thinking that it had to like slot in all the way there. So that this had to go all the way back. And then this had to slot in like that. That doesn't seem right. It doesn't seem wrong. It doesn't seem possible, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Like, is this supposed to be the way it works? That is. Okay, so this is how we're supposed to have this end up happening. It's supposed to be like this. I don't know how to make that happen the way this is assembled. Like, I can't figure that out right now. Because this is going to go like that all the way down. And then these get built around it. This. That gets built like that. Yeah. All right, so I know how this is supposed to work. I just don't know how to get it to work. Once I figure this part out, hopefully we'll take a pause to the calls. I'll talk about ways you can support the channel, all that. I'm going to, again, probably do a short, truncated one because we don't have a lot of folks here tonight, which is fine. All right, so this has got to go back like as far as it can, and I got to figure out how to do that. All right, so this has to get like really far back. And then this looks like this part. And then this part goes on over here. This is all stuff we know to be true because we have done it. And it looks right. All right, so now I have to get this part here lined up in that little spot there where the red is. If I can do that. Holy shit, it worked. Okay. There. It's done. I hope I didn't fuck anything up because I'm never going to get that to work the same way. Going to hit some panel line this part here. And I'll clean that up in a second. I did it. Y'all, that took a long time, and I had to take it apart to like look at it, and I don't like that. But I did get it done, and I am now just going to panel line any of the parts that are here so that I don't have to do this later. Well, you know, some of this will get covered up, but whatever, in motion. Maybe it'll show up there. But yeah, no plans to see the Dragon Ball Super movie at the moment. I will at some point, but, you know, not now. Let's see, and let's clean that up. Okay, so we got that part of the chest done. Now we can work on the other part that's going to go into it. But first things first, we're going to talk. I'm going to talk to y'all about a couple ways you can support the channel if you are so inclined. So why don't you go ahead and throw the Bear Cave, the Lego, the site, or the tier 2? The Pat Bear. We're talking about the DBZ Super movie or DB Super. You can throw me as a Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan, which is just a fun thing that exists because I paid for all of my emotes with the exception of that one, which was a birthday present, which is technically still I was planning to pay for it, and then Xander was kind enough to be like, "Happy birthday," and I was like, "What?" I mean, sure, I'll take it. So they can throw the emotes in there. Real quick, I'll just go through it real quick, and then we'll get back to building because that's honestly what you're here for. There are many ways to support what I do here. You could gift a sub to somebody in the community. You could use your Prime Gaming token for me if you haven't for somebody else. Cash money. So, being a subscriber is the easy way to support what I do here. If you're watching this later on YouTube, what's up YouTube? You can find a link to all this in the show description. I have a Patreon, patreon.com/Pat Bear. There's a $1, $3, $5, and $10 tier. There are different rewards for the different tiers. Consider becoming a patron. It's a nice place full of good people. Jump in on Patreon. Trying to get to $150 over on that Patreon. We're slow. We're getting there. Let's see. Okay, so we got that. We got the Patreon. My YouTube is youtube.com/PatBear. Obviously, subscribing is free. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Becoming a member is a way to support me for just a couple bones. Jump in a couple bones there. $2 a month, and you get my Wednesday videos on Tuesday. And also, there's direct donations because those are all monthly things, and that's not always work. That doesn't always work for everybody. But if you wanted to, you could jump in on a monthly donation. Everything I make through direct donations, monthly stuff, YouTube and Patreon and Twitch all goes into a fund, and I buy model kits with that money. This kit, the Raider kit, the thing I'm working on right now, I would not have been able to buy this had it not been for your generosity because I pre-ordered it. So thank you very much for that. Now, I do know that somebody bought something off my Amazon wish list, which I'll be linking right now, and that'll be the next thing I build whenever that arrives. It has not arrived yet. I believe that it was not Amazon Prime shipping, so it'll just take a while to get to me, I guess. But if you buy something from my Amazon wish list, it'll jump the queue and become the next thing I build. I've got Lego sets. Hey, I got that. It's going to be a small, easy to build, but there's the Star Blazers kit. I built that. That's on sale. It's $9 right now instead of more. I think it was like 10 or 11 before. Lego sets, Pokemon stuff, inexpensive kits, expensive kits. Kits that go on sale all the time. Kits that are always like, why is this $40? It is, sure. Why is the GXPOS Exifos? Why is that, $40? I don't know what it is. And also at the bottom, very expensive kits. And then some gear, because you can always buy gear. I always need some gear. And if there's something there that you think will be great for the stream or great for me, you can buy it, and I'll build it, and I'll shoot a video about it. And if you buy something that is not a model kit, like a piece of gear, I'll also shoot a video about that, because that's the least I can do. I have an alternative to Amazon, which is Throne. It is a more curated, smaller list. Check out Throne. See if there's something there that you'd like for me. And again, make a video and all that. And you'll jump the queue. And then also USA Gundam Store. You can buy a gift card there. They don't have a wish list or anything like that, but you can buy a gift card and then send me the gift card code. And it's like a present that will eventually lead to, oops, I forgot the exclamation point, will eventually lead to me buying stuff and then building it. If you want to support me for free, jump on my Discord. My Discord is a lovely little place. You should check out the Discord. Whoops, I forgot the exclamation point again. I'm rushing too much through this. So my apologies. Whoop, what happened? Why is that happening? There we go. Shift exclamation point. There we go. Discord. Good. Join my Discord. It's fun. A couple of video links for you to check out. Pat Bear's Anime Club. I told you today I shot my next one, but the current one that is still up there for you to peruse is about the shows this season that I recommend. Now, did I also in that video recommend some stuff from the spring season in case you missed that? Yes, because I'm kind of disappointed with the summer season. There's like some stuff, but like we got spoiled in the winter and spring 2022 seasons. And then the fall season's looking fucking great too. So this is the catch-up season. So I included some stuff from spring that, in case you missed that. And then also various things from the summer season that are just real good. Then Do You Remembaer is my ongoing video series where I read an article on the internet, often Wikipedia, and then do my best to summarize that article and remember everything from it. And then you can go and take a look at that and see if there's something there that you're like, Pat, I don't know about this. And this article is the Wikipedia page, the disambiguation page for The Boys Are Back in Town, because you would think The Boys Are Back in Town would just redirect to Thin Lizzy, but you would be wrong. It redirects to this page because there are other things called The Boys Are Back in Town, including a live album from 1979 from Thin Lizzy called The Boys Are Back in Town in Australia, which was not released until the 90s, which feels like they sat on that concert for way too long. But anyway, it's a disambiguation page, and that made me laugh. So take a look at that. I think you might find that fun if you haven't watched that already. It's short, and maybe you'll learn something about like a country singer that decided she should also have a song in the 2000s called The Boys Are Back in Town. Madness. All right, we're going to talk about some anime. I have to drink some water because I'm long overdue from that. And then we got to get back to building this chest because we had a breakthrough right before it. But first, dramatic transition while I drink water. Here we go. Ah, lovely. All right. Let's talk about some anime while I work on this chest. Teppen, Laughing Till You Cry. All right, so if you've been unfamiliar with this series, you haven't been listening, you've been zoning out when I start talking about anime. This is a series about 5 sets of stand-up groups. They're all 3-person groups. They are all young ladies. We're finally getting into this cool green. It's like minty green. They're all stand-up groups of young ladies, and they are all vying for this championship prize, Teppen, this competition. They're all living in the same dormitory, and apparently in this episode, generally they start with like them telling jokes, and then we flash back to like the events that led to the jokes they're telling. But in this episode, don't do that shit. Instead, in this one, we start with them watching a documentary because apparently there was somebody documenting what was going on with them, and it doesn't go well. It's a documentary that is filmed to be very dramatic, and they put words in their mouths, or that they like use stuff out of context apparently, and people are very unhappy with this thing because they're like, they say we had a disaster. That wasn't a disaster. And then we flash back to the events leading up to them watching the documentary and being sad. For this green, I'm going to use gray because I think black would be too much. So I'm going to treat this like an off-white and use the gray on it. And I think that's a good choice. See, this comes from just panel lining for a couple of years. The experience of panel lining told me, you know what? This color is too light for black. It's going to stand out too much. So you should use the gray. I think I made the right call. So I'm just going to do that. Just going to hit all of the spots there. Light, nice and easy. Anyway, so basically they find out that there's a camera guy who's going to be filming them. He's silent. There's no voice actor for the role. And they're like, oh, okay, I guess we're doing that. The members of the group Young YY are walking in their neighborhood that they're staying in, and they come across this stage being built, and there's a problem at the stage. Apparently, there was a pop idol group singing, a girl group that was going to come in and do a concert, and so they built this stage for the concert. but the idol group just had to be broken up. And so here's the thing. This is a very quick gag, but the delivery is really fun. Usually I just talk about the situation. I don't talk about the actual jokes in the show. But this joke, I think, is really funny and solid. So I'll try my best. Yeah, so this like cable cord themed idol group. And one's like a USB and one's like a LAN, like an Ethernet. That's their theme. And it's just like, oh, that's weird. Turns out that they were all caught being in a relationship with members of a boy band that is PC focused, like the computer, to which one of the girls says, sounds like they were compatible. Completely deadpanned, and there's no laugh and no reaction to it. And that joke made me, I paused the video because I was like, it's a real good joke. It seems like they were compatible. PC, cable cords, compatible, plug and play. It's good. I think it's a good joke. Anyway, young YY is like, oh, well, you have the stage. You know what we should do? We should do a performance. And it makes sense. They're stand-ups. But they're like, no. We shouldn't do a stand-up performance. We should do like a skit, like a review. We should do like a comedic thing that everyone can get involved in because it'll be fun to like have everybody like get to chip in and do some stuff because and work with each other. That's kind of the idea, is that everyone's going to work together because they don't interact amongst each other that much. And that way they can do it for like, they can invite family if there's family that wants to come in, or if they can invite like the neighbors as like a thank you because they did destroy a building in the neighborhood. And like everybody's immediately like, hell yeah, let's put on a play. Like they're all like, great, because we can make it funny. And then like they get the idea that they're going to do like a spoof on Cinderella. And they're like, great, putting jokes into fairy tales, that sounds fun. And everyone's like working with other people and they put together costumes. And there's rehearsals, and like turns out one of the rich girls is very good at being an evil stepmom, but she's like more like a menacing, gonna murder you stepmom. Like that's the character. It's just like, okay, all right, well, somebody's got something going on. And they get some practice in. Everyone's like, this is great. We're gonna have so much fun. Then it's time for the big show, and some family shows up, the younger siblings of young YY and all that, and they're getting ready, and then, disaster strikes. Everyone's freaked out because it turns out that, all right, sorry, let me just find these pieces here. I need I-212. Turns out that all the costumes that are supposed to be delivered are stuck in traffic. And they're like, oh, what are we going to do without our costumes? Like, it's okay. We can do it without it. We'll figure it out. But then the costumes arrive, except it's the wrong truck. And it's too late to do anything. And they have the wrong costumes. So they're like, you know what? Let's just do it. They're like, what are you talking about? I'm like, no, we'll just do it because, like, we'll just make it part of the show. And it'll be either sillier because we'll be wearing silly costumes. And they're like, yeah, I guess that makes sense. If we're in silly costumes, it'll be funnier. So it like changes, like the main character is, and it seems like the gear they got were for like, they don't call them Rangers, but it's like a Power Rangers type show. It's a Sentai show. Clearly they're wearing costumes from a Sentai show, and they have to like try to figure out how to incorporate that. That like the prince is they make him like the Red Prince because he's like the Red Ranger clearly, and like the Cinderella is a spider. And instead of a glass slipper, they rip off one of the legs and leave that behind, which I honestly is a good gag. Like a lot of this is very silly and nonsensical, but I was like, that's pretty good. I like that gag a lot. I like the idea of like leaving behind a leg. And it's weird, and they don't have the music they need, and they're like struggling and trying to get stuff together. Because everything got off the rails, some characters got cut, but they demand to be in the show, so they just like put on costumes they haven't used yet and show up. And then like a martial arts fight happens. And at one point, one of the director is just like, everybody's just improvising. And she says it like she's so mad about it, which was like, hey, I don't need that dig from you, character in an anime. Anyway, the audience loves it. It works out great. But as we know, when they get back the footage, they promised that they would not lead them in conversation and they could just be natural. But they didn't promise they weren't going to edit the hell out of it. So everyone's bummed about the video, but apparently the fine folks at the committee for the contest they're in loved the video and they thought it was heartwarming and touching. So everybody wins? Question mark. It's an odd end to the episode, but like it was fun. Like I said, I loved seeing the various characters interact. Like often the episodes focus on like there's maybe a B plot, but mostly there's just an A plot with a few of the characters maybe interacting. Generally, it's like the people from Young YY interacting with like another group, and it's very focused on the individual groups, which is fine because we want to be introduced to these characters. But I did like the idea that we could see them interact with one another. I thought that was neat. I thought that was done well. So this was a good episode of Teppen, laughing till you cry. I continue to recommend the show because I think it's very fun. It is not a real like introspective look on the world of comedy. It is just a comedy show. It is a fun series about comedians. It is the TV program, the Mark Maron TV program, not the Mark Maron podcast. It's not Mark Maron. It's a comedy bang bang. I guess it's just a fun thing that is definitely a comedy, but it's about comedians. All right, and then this is all set. This is so weird. This thing is so layered, and there's so much going on, but it's so dense. I really do like this model kit. All right, so now we're ready there, and then we have one more piece, and then I think the chest is done. Again, 0 stickers for this. This is all plastic, and it fucking looks fantastic. I did not mean for that to rhyme. I'm not mad at myself for rhyming plastic and fantastic. But come on, Barbie, let's go party. But I am pleased with how this is looking. All right, and now I want to talk to you about Black Summoner. The action in this episode was really good, but I wish this episode they had condensed like the fight in it because it was all one long big fight. You may remember from the previous episode, our main character had discovered that there were some, from a rival kingdom, there were some adventurers trying to make trouble, and there were kidnappers. They're trying to cause issues between countries, but because they were adventurers, it was a tough situation for the guild to deal with. So they brought in, so the heroes were going to go and rescue them, and they're summoned heroes from another country, a rival country there, but they're from Japan. They're working for a different country, and there wouldn't be an issue if they intervened. Kelvin understands that. Kelvin empathizes. Kelvin's fine with that. Here's the thing. Kelvin's a fucking battle junkie, so he took care of the kidnappers really easily, like instantly easily. And he was like, great, now it's time for my grand plan, which is to lie to these people when they show up and pretend to be the kidnappers so that I can fight all these heroes. And, he's got his summons, and he's like, no. Y'all hang out. Here's some food. You just relax. Oh, look at this. Look at this color. You just relax. I'm going to take care of business here. I'm going to go and fight these people. And the whole episode is him fighting the 4 of them. These are Japanese teens, which he knows he's from the same place. He doesn't. You might remember, our dude does not have memories of this. He does not remember any parts of his life. Oh, I just knocked down a bunch of stuff here. That's fun. Oh. He doesn't have any memories, but he does know that he also is an otherworlder. So he does have some sort of connection to these people, but not enough to not fight them. Also, he is pretty condescending to them and giving them like tips and being like, you should be doing this and why aren't you doing this, as he's whooping their asses. Eventually there's a flashback and we understand that like when they were summoned and their journey and like, you know, how like one dude keeps like pushing ahead and he really needs to work as a team because he's like trying to be, you know, to really stand out and help people and all that. And it ends with Kelvin has to summon some golems to hold them back so that he can create a new magic. Also, he does have gauntlets that he made, which allow him to borrow people's abilities, which is handy, which he uses in his attempts to really fuck with these people. All right, so this is clear. We could let this be clear. I'm going to look at the stickers that we're going to put on here. We might leave this. I'm going to zoom in a little bit here. We might leave this just as the clear plastic. We might try the stickers. I'm going to put the... there is a sticker I can put on here. The forward camera sticker. I'm going to put this on and see how I like that. And then I'll decide if I want to put the eye stickers on. Because I might want to put the eye stickers on. I haven't decided yet here. But we'll do that. I'm just going to do this close up and then I'll pull back because this is too close. I'm too close for comfort. So yeah, this episode, I would describe this episode as fine. And then at the end, he does explain what's going on. He doesn't explain that he's they know he's a summoner. He doesn't explain that he is a reincarnation and that he knows the goddess that kind of helped them out. But they do know that he is an adventurer that was trying to help them and push them. And that's about it. And then, you know, I'm sure there's going to be there's more stuff coming. All right, so do I want to put these stickers on? I'm going to put one of these on and like look at it, and then I will either take the sticker off or put the other sticker on. These are tiny little eye stickers here. I have not decided yet if I like this sticker or if I don't like this sticker over the clear plastic. It does shine, but I don't know if it's good or not. All right, I don't even know. I don't think it's worth it. We're going to leave it as is. We're not going to put those stickers on. We're just going to leave the clear eyes like that. I think it looks fine. I think it'll look good on the actual kit. That is my decision. Too much. There we go. Still zoomed in, but not as much. I love having this overhead camera and not having to worry about digital zoom. We never would have been able to do that with the old webcam. Totally worth having. All right, so we're not going to do that. There is another sticker that we have to put on the back of this, so we will have to do that. But that makes sense because that's not clear. All right, so now we can build the other parts that we need, which are, we do need C14. So now we have to build the rest of the face, which we can do. And now is the part of the stream where we get some chat participation. What are you watching? What are you reading? What are you into right now? What are you playing as far as video games? I would love to see that in chat for the next, 20, 25 minutes. We'll talk about what you're up to, and I'll talk about, what I'm playing. I'll get the ball rolling. Hey, I finished Power Washing Simulator last night. I have been sitting on the last 15% of the final stage. There is some shit that happens, and then there is an explanation of the events. There is an epilogue. There is an effect that I was not expecting at all, that is really fucking good. That is a really funny, odd way to end an a video game, and I very much appreciate it. I'm a big fan of the weird way that ended. It was strange but enjoyable. Power washing simulator. Get it. Get into it. Highly recommended. It was a weird. That game does not need the plot that it has, but it is better for it. And I don't say that lightly. But that was a good time and weird. A weird good time. All right, so how does this work? It's gonna go like this. Oh, this part's gotta go in the back. So we'll get F here. Come on. Let's see. John has been playing Fortnite and reading Heat 2. Hell yeah, get your Fortnite on. Again, that is not a thing that I have any general interest in, but I'm glad you're having a good time with the Fortnites. I could see myself reading Heat 2. I like Heat. I could see myself digging into Heat 2, seeing what's up there. I don't know. Dirty says, going back and leveling up my summoner job in Final Fantasy. Also, cleaning the boat after the hand in the desert in Power Washing Simulator. Hell yeah, Dirty. You're getting there. You're gonna get. There's some weird stuff coming. Some real weird choices in that game that are very fun. Looking forward to hearing from you about that. Power Wash Simulator had the best ending of 2022. It had an ending that was weird in a way that I really appreciate, which was it has a lovely surprise ending. Didn't see that coming. The explanation of what's up was like, oh. But what if you were Vegeta? I mean, I'm not last work. I just don't think I'm gonna play. Even being Vegeta is not enough to get me to play Fortnite. I just don't. Me playing PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds is the outlier. That is me playing one of those games was a weird choice that I made once, and I just don't think it'll ever happen again. The credits are good, Lord Crashington. You're totally right. The post-credit scene, yes, very good. Lastbrook, Lord Crashington, you're right. Lastbrook says, I played a round earlier, and I was in the bathroom stall chugging a shield potion as Vegeta, and it was hilarious. I mean, like, look, do I like the animated GIFs that or the videos that people are posting of, like, Vegeta and Goku with a gun? Yes, I like those things. I enjoy those things. I'm a human fucking being. Of course I like those things. Is that enough for me to play that video game? No. Nah, it's not. That's not enough. All right, let's paint align this mouth while we still can. We're going to use the gray for this green. But yeah, I'm glad y'all are enjoying it. Been playing Roller Drome, and it's pretty rad. Yeah, I don't think Roller Drome feels like a game that I want to watch people stream, but I don't want to play. Like, I was looking at it, I was watching Jeff play, and I was watching another streamer play, and I was like, this seems fun for other people that are not me. And I hope it is. It seems like it is. But I just know that, like, I like the aesthetics. Like, I want to look at fan art of Roller Drome, but I don't want to play Roller Drome. I hope Fortnite gets Piccolo and Gohan. Yes, let's get Teen Gohan. I mean, we're going to get either young Gohan. We probably won't get young Gohan. We'll probably get, like, Ultimate Gohan, like adult Gohan. But I want Great Saiyaman should be in Fortnite. Put Great Saiyaman in Fortnite, cowards. And not Super Say that one, the Dragon Ball Z. Put I'm going to high school Gohan. And all, and pretending to be a superhero because people can understand the concept of a superhero more than they can understand the concept of, like, a boy being incredibly strong and proficient in martial arts and can fucking fly. Anyway, like I said earlier, I watched DBS Dragon Ball Superhero. Too many supers. And it was pretty good with a couple elements that held it back. It has a lot more humor than the last couple. Well, that's good. Because, like, the last couple movies, like Brawly, I think Brawly should have been pretty serious. But, like, yeah, Resurrection should have been, considering, like, yeah, Resurrection should have been funnier. because, like, Frieza just wants to be tall. Like, come on. You actually just won as Goku. Hell yeah, John. Get those wins. Get it. Make it happen. Good on you, John. Love hearing it. You know, do your Fortnite dances and celebrate your victory. All right, so this goes like this. Layered in a way that I'm like, what? Oh, no. This goes like this. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, hell yeah. I love these layered pieces. It's not just all stickers. It's all layered. I think that rules. This feels very much like an action figure model kit, which I think is great. This whole face, and we're not done with the face yet, but this whole face is 0 stickers. No stickers at all. And that is awesome. This whole face, 1 sticker. There's a sticker right there. And that's it. That's great. I finally got around to watching the Ben Schwartz, Pat Gill Sonic 2 interview because it popped up on YouTube and it was hilarious. Yes, both of those interviews are great, especially when they do the second one because it's just like, hey, you know we're going to do this shit more, right? Yeah, we're going to do that again. Like, do you remember this? I don't know if he remembered it or not, but yeah. Because, like, look, Ben's in movies and Ben's on television and Ben's in, hey, Bobby, welcome. Ben Schwartz is in, movies and television and does voiceovers for cartoons and all that. Ben's still playing video games and still keeping up with shit. I don't know if Ben's like on Polygon all the time, but like Ben knows what's going on. He's still cued into that stuff. Like he still knows this could be a fun one. This could be a good one. He's on board. He'll roll with it. He's also used to like, oh, I have to go and be on like Good Morning Philadelphia and like do my goddamn best to just be charming and fun as people be like, so have you met Sonic? Or whatever the fuck they're going to say to him. And like, were you in the same room with Jim Carrey? And be like, no. I met Jim Carrey at the premiere or whatever he's going to say there. I don't know his answer. But like, no. He's not going to get people that are going to be like, hey, it's very fun when you're on Larry King Live. Like, he doesn't expect that. Just a quick heads up to check out what is plugged into where on UPS. We had power outage this morning, and I found that my CPAP was plugged in to the surge socket and not the surge and battery socket the hard way. That is a bummer. It is good to know for people know where your stuff is plugged in, what kind of especially your computers. Obviously something like a CPAP machine, you do want to know where your shit is plugged into. That is obviously important and something to consider. Like what outlets you're using and what power strips you're using and what kind of power strips are they and all that. Yeah, that's good to know. Ben's in the most recent, TMNT show. Yep. I believe he is Leonardo, but he might be Donatello. I cannot remember. I think he was Leonardo, which I thought was odd, but then I realized that this version of Leonardo was more silly than previous. But he also might have been Donatello in a different... He might have been in 2 different Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But he also might just be Donnie. You'd think Ben Schwartz would be Michelangelo. But he's not. Because of some of the other characters he's voiced in cartoons. But I don't know. I do not remember what Ninja Turtle he was. I also don't remember which duck he was in. Because he's Huey, Dewey, or Louie. I don't remember that. So I can't answer that. If you're really wanting for my thought on that, I don't remember which duck he is. They're all jokey in that show. Yes, so that's the thing. Because I was like, what? Ben is not... You would want Ben to be Michelangelo. I mean, that's at least what I thought. I would assume that you would want him to be Mikey. But if he's Leo, or if he's Donnie, okay. Yeah, I'm not super familiar with that particular program, so can't go into too much detail on it. Got to put this sticker on down here. Get the back camera sticker. But yeah, if there's anything else y'all have been watching or enjoying, let me know. Um, Bobby, if there's anything you've been watching in the world, you've been playing any video games, you've been watching anything on the television, if you've been trying to catch stuff on HBO because you're afraid it's going to get pulled off HBO Max, wrestling wise, nothing since the Thursdays. Oh no, I mean I watched SmackDown last night. Um, uh, Sami Zayn was cheered, one, because people still love Sami Zayn even if he's a heel, because right now he is a getting shit on by other heels heel, and so people are feeling bad for him. And two, he was in Montreal, and that is his home city, is Montreal, so he was being cheered, which was very fun. Um, uh, he didn't win, and Natalia didn't win. The Canadians that wrestled that night did not win. Jinder, who is also a Canadian, but they don't say that, wasn't even on. They didn't have Jinder wrestle on SmackDown, and Jinder Mahal is also Canadian, but they don't mention that he is because they want to be racist about it. But they still didn't mention. They still didn't have Jinder. They hindered Jinder, which I think is you don't hinder Jinder. This is rude. Is this I-14? Did I pull out the wrong piece? No, this is I-14. How is this supposed to go in? How does this work? How does this do it? What do you want from me? Sorry, everybody. This is going to take a second because I don't understand how this part's supposed to go in. Go in like that. Huh? Does it go like that? I don't know. Yeah, maybe it does. Okay. Well, I don't know. It go like that? Why do I have this clear part? That doesn't look right. Sorry, everybody. Give me a second here, because I don't. It goes like that. I got that part done. Oh. I realized I put the back on piece on too early. This part right here that I put on. Should not have put the back piece on as early as I did. That's what I did wrong. I'm going to have to pull this part off. I fucked up. I jumped a step. This part should not have gone on when it did. This goes on like last. So I got to pop this off. You got through the first half of Skypiea. Nice. It was super weird to see a Crunchyroll logo in front of the Dragon Ball movie. Yeah, instead of the Funimation logo, you saw the Crunchyroll logo. I bet that does feel weird. But if you'd seen the Funimation logo, you wouldn't have thought anything was weird about it. Because Funimation would have helped produce it here in the States. But yeah, I'm sure that did feel weird. You checked out Harem. Dirty checked out Harem Labyrinth anime. It was actually a surprise the Crunchyroll. Yes, it's very weird that that's on Crunchyroll and maybe would have been on Funimation because that show feels like it should be a high dive show. Well, one, it's weird that show got an anime adaptation in the first place. That's fucking weird. And two, it's really fucking weird that Crunchyroll was like, yes, we're picking that up. Very strange. You're not wrong at all, Dirty. Lord Creston talking about the Skypiea. Maybe it's how Netflix is dividing these episodes up, but it feels weird that the intro changes mid-arc. No, they'll do that. They'll change a song. A lot of times it's because it's a change in the year and their budget. Because that show just goes. There's no seasons. That show just goes, and some arcs are years long. So they have like money in the beginning of the year or the end of the year or the middle of the year, depending, for a new song, new animation, blah blah blah. So I know that feels weird, but that's just because it's not a seasonal show. It's a ongoing. Okay, so that was the problem. I put this on too soon. Now I need to put this on, and it'll be fine. Because that needs to just go on like that. There we go. I've been mostly hanging out with my improv folks, hanging out with my new girlfriend. Congratulations, Bobby. Mazel tov. and also playing Vampire Survivors because it's just too damn good. Hell yeah. I mean, sometimes you just want to keep playing the video game you've been playing because you're just like, you know what's good? This video game. After Redo the Healer got an anime, I'm not surprised anymore what gets an anime. Yes, but also, Dirty, Redo the Healer was on High Dive, where it should have been. And it's weird as hell that, to me anyway, that that the harem labyrinth in another world, which is also sleeve harem in another world. They took that word out. Weird. That anime exists. That there's an anime adaptation. It's still weird. And that Crunchyroll was like, yeah, this is part of our lineup. You won't see any clips of that on YouTube. They have not put a clip up. Now, they also haven't put any clips of Teppen, I don't think. Crunchyroll doesn't put up like everything, even if they have a dub. Some shows they don't have dubs for. Speaking of which, a programming note for all you, update here. If you prefer your anime dubbed over subbed, the first 3 episodes of the dub adaptation of Laid Back Camp are available on Crunchyroll. So if you like your anime dubbed, if you've been waiting for the dub, you have no more excuse. You can watch the first 3 episodes of that. More to come. And I'm very happy that they are dubbing that series because Crunchyroll was pretty selective about what they dubbed in the past, but now that they were bought by Sony and merged with Funimation, we get the shit, and that's cool as hell. But go check that out if you prefer dubs. I watched a clip of it. I have not watched the episodes because I don't. That's not my preference myself. But I did watch a clip of it, and they got a comedy scene right. The scene where Nadesco is cooking for Rin, and she makes a spicy hot pot and does the like country granny, the old country granny being like, "Oh, you're so," They make it instead of like the boonies or like a region of Japan, they just make it country granny. But it works, and it's a good version of the scene. And I was happy about that they didn't that they figured out what to do in that scene because it could be hard to do. It was weird to realize I'm about 175 episodes into One Piece and Dragon Ball was done in 153. Well, yeah, I mean, Lord Crashington, there are well over now 1,000 episodes of One Piece. Here's the thing that's very funny to think about. There's over 1,000 episodes of One Piece, but there's also over 1,000 chapters of the manga. And normally, anime is like every episode of an anime is like 2 to 3 chapters of the manga. And so you're like, how the fuck did that happen? Well, one, filler, a lot of filler arcs, filler chapters, filler stories. But also, some episodes of One Piece are like 1 chapter of the manga, or 1/3 of a chapter of the manga and 2/3 filler. Not all the time, but sometimes. So, it ain't always perfect, is what I'm saying. I'm gonna make this image big because this mouth looks weird, and I wonder if I screwed up. Hold on. Nope. That's what the mouth's supposed to look like, everybody. You see that weird hole in the middle? That's what the Raider is supposed to look like. So as advertised, that is what I'm supposed to be doing with the Raider Full Mechanics. The Raider Gundam Full Mechanics is supposed to just have a gaping maw. That's as intended. Sure. All right, and there we go. There's the head. The head is attached. Imagine how much longer TBZ would have been if it was ever a decade later. Yeah, probably. You need to figure out what episode of One Piece you left off on. They had me just met Frankie for the first time. Okay. You could probably figure that out pretty easy. All right, so we're pretty much done with the stream. I went almost a little longer, not really a little longer, but a hair longer than I intended, because I wanted to put these shoulders on. I wanted to get this far with it. Hell yeah! And there's what our kit looks like right now. Oops, the arm came off. That's fun. This is what our kit looks like right now. I think it looks rad as hell. Does this open up? They said there was a gimmick on the chest, but I don't know what the chest gimmick is. I thought the chest gimmick would be that this would open, but there's no like easy way to do that. So I don't know if it does, but I thought it did, but whatever. I could discover the gimmick later. That'll be the trend on this kit. So anyway, this kit is complete right now. I mean, like the top half of this kit is complete. We made a lot of progress. We went from shoulders when we started tonight to chest, head, and arms. Because that's the thing about the full mechanics is like there is an inner frame, but it's not like a super complicated frame. This looks rad. I'm excited about that. I'll take a photo when the stream is done. We are going to raid. That is how we end every stream, is we go on a raid. We're going to go support some other people and hang out. I hope you'll come with me on this raid. I'm going to get set up for this in just a second. I got to go to that and then mute this, and then we'll get looking at that. We'll go find somebody who is doing cool shit out there and go give them some time. See what's up with them. Let's see who's doing cool shit out here. Who are we gonna go raid? Hey, good old Liz Star is playing Silent Kill 2. And we just haven't raided Liz in a while. Liz doesn't usually stream in the evenings, so we're gonna go give Liz a raid because Liz rules. So feel free to come along in this raid. If you don't want to, you don't have to. You can come back and hang out with us on another time. I want to thank everybody for joining me tonight. I hope you have a great rest of your evening. Feel free to come along on this rave. Check out some lovely times with Liz and Silent Hill 2. I'll be streaming again on Monday. It'll be Manga Monday. We'll talk about some manga that I've been reading. We'll hang out. We'll continue working on this kit. I don't know what's next. I'm going to look right now. We're working on the legs. That makes sense. We'll start building some feet for this kit. Thanks all for hanging out. Thanks for being here. Come along on this raid. I'll see you the next time. Goodbye, 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 goodbye.